Hello, and welcome back to the Lightkeeper's Path. I'm so happy and grateful that you're here. Today's episode is a little different. It's all about pi because today, March 14th, is known as Pi Day, a day that celebrates the mathematical constant pi, the number used to calculate the relationship between a circle's circumference and its diameter. In its simplest form, pi is often written as 3.14. But pi is far more fascinating than those three digits. It is what mathematicians call an irrational number, meaning its digits go on forever. They never repeat, they never resolve. 3.141592653589979 and on without end. I remember being introduced to pi when I was in grammar school and middle school, and I just couldn't even comprehend it. Pi in nature. Pi appears anywhere there is a circle, an arc, or a wave. And circles are everywhere in nature. The rings of a tree, the orbit of the planets, the spiral of a seashell, the structure of galaxies, even the rhythm of the human heartbeat. The spiral, the pi, is also connected to something we see throughout nature, the spiral. The spiral shows up everywhere in the natural world, in the curve of a seashell, in the unfolding of a fern, in the structure of hurricanes, and even in the shape of galaxies moving through the universe. Unlike a circle that simply closes in on itself, a spiral continues outward. It expands. And in many ways, life feels more like a spiral than a straight line. And we know that. And we know that through healing. We revisit experiences and memories, but each time we return to them, we see them from a slightly different place. A little wiser, a little softer, a little more open. Healing is often like that, not a straight path, but a spiral of becoming. Humans have been fascinated with pi for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations like the Babylonians and the Egyptians were already approximating pi more than 4,000 years ago. Greek mathematicians refined those calculations, and over centuries, mathematicians have continued calculating pi to more and more digits. Today, with modern computers, pi has been calculated to trillions of digits, and it will still never end. This podcast is made possible by Mudwater. With daylight savings time here and the days getting longer, I've been loving iced mud water as part of my morning ritual. It's a blend of cacao, chai, turmeric, and functional mushrooms that support calm, focused energy without the jitters of coffee. If you'd like to try it, you can find my affiliate link in the show notes. And for me, Pi Day holds a deeper meaning because 3 years ago today, on March 14th, 2023, my father passed away. My father was a numbers man his entire life. He was a stockbroker at Dean Witter, one of his many, many places, and numbers were simply part of the way he understood the world. He was a self-made man, the first person in his family to go to college. He also served in the United States Navy during the Korean War. He was an officer. Later in life, he remained incredibly active. He would go swimming every day. He would bike to Trader Joe's 20 or 25 miles, and he also practiced Tai Chi almost every day. He had a joyful spirit, and he loved to sing and dance. He was a quiet, kind soul. So when I think about pi, this number that never ends, I also think about the circle of life. A circle has no beginning and no end. It continues. Even when someone is no longer physically here, the impact they had and the love they shared continues to move through the lives of others. My father spent his working life with numbers, and it almost feels poetic to me that he left this world on Pi Day, a day that honors a number that goes on forever. Maybe love works a little like that too. It doesn't disappear, it simply changes form. So today on Pi Day, I'm remembering my father, a self made man, a Navy veteran, a lifelong numbers guy, a swimmer, cyclist, tai Chi teacher, a singer and dancer, and above all, a kind soul. If you have someone in your life who shaped you, today might be a beautiful day to pause and remember them because, like pi, some things don't truly end, they simply continue. Thank you for walking with me today on the Lightkeeper's Path. If something you heard resonated with your soul, please share this episode with someone who may need a little light in their life. And if you would like to receive my free gift, Anchor in Your Peace meditation and workbook, please see the link in the show notes. Until next time, keep trusting your path, keep listening inward, and remember, you are never walking alone. Make it a beautiful day.